Have you ever tested your blood sugar first thing in the morning and thought, I haven't eaten in 8 hours. Why is it this high? You're not alone. Up to 75% of people with type 2 diabetes may experience this. Today I explain why and share strategies that research suggests may help. Welcome back to the Smart Meal Plan. I'm your guide, and this is day 5 of our 30-day journey. If you're new here, this isn't just a diet plan. It's an educational, research-backed, meal-by-meal approach designed to help you explore how food may support better blood sugar management. If you haven't watched days 1 through 4, go back. Each day builds on the last. Links in the description. Today's topic, the dawn phenomenon. Why you wake up with high blood sugar. Trust me, you want to watch this all the way through. I'll never forget the message from a man named Robert, a 58-year-old living with type 2 diabetes. He wrote, "Every morning I test my blood sugar before eating, and it's 160, 170, sometimes 180. I haven't eaten since dinner. How is this possible?" Robert wasn't doing anything wrong. His body was doing exactly what evolution programmed it to do, and it was working against his blood sugar goals. Today I'll explain what's happening and share strategies that research suggests may help. Let me start with the research, because understanding why you're eating what you're eating is what makes this approach different from every other meal plan. Between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., your body releases a surge of hormones: cortisol, growth hormone, glucagon, and epinephrine. This is called the dawn phenomenon, and it can raise fasting blood sugar by 20 to 70 milligrams per deciliter before you even get out of bed. Let that sink in. This isn't my personal opinion. This is from peer-reviewed, published clinical research, and it has direct implications for what you eat today. Up to 75% of people with type 2 diabetes may experience the dawn phenomenon, but many have never heard of it. They test their morning blood sugar, see a high number, and feel defeated, not realizing it's a hormonal process, not a dietary failure. Stay with me here, because this is where it gets really interesting. Eating a protein-rich, lower-carb breakfast within about 1 hour of waking may help counteract the dawn phenomenon by providing amino acids that support insulin release and may help suppress glucagon, the hormone signaling your liver to release stored glucose. Now, I want to connect this research directly to your plate. Every ingredient in your meals was chosen with this science in mind. Nothing is random. Every bite is intentional. Poached eggs are a solid dawn phenomenon breakfast choice. They provide about 13 grams of protein with 0 carbs, plus choline, which research associates with improved liver function. The research I'm referencing, Monnier et al., 2013, Diabetes and Metabolism. Dawn phenomenon contributes to morning hyperglycemia in an estimated 55 to 75% of type 2 diabetic patients. Link in the description. I always encourage you to look at the data yourself. Let me bust a common myth right now. Myth: if your blood sugar is high in the morning, you ate too much the night before. This may be one of the most frustrating myths, because it leads people to blame themselves for a biological process they can't directly control. The dawn phenomenon is hormonal, not dietary. Your liver is responding to cortisol, growth hormone, and glucagon released in the early morning hours. These hormones evolved to provide energy for starting the day. In people with diabetes, this system may overshoot because the counterbalancing insulin response is impaired. Address the hormonal cause: morning movement, protein-first breakfast, quality sleep, rather than the false dietary explanation. Sleep tracking devices like Oura Ring and Whoop are being used by some people with diabetes to correlate sleep quality with morning blood sugar readings. The emerging data suggests poor sleep may be associated with higher fasting glucose the next morning. Pasture-raised eggs may be worth the modest extra cost. Research suggests they contain more omega-3s, beta-carotene, and choline compared to conventional eggs. Your morning eggs can be a meaningful part of your nutrition strategy. Spotlight: the poached egg. Eggs were unfairly demonized for decades due to cholesterol concerns. That era is largely over. A 2020 meta-analysis in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating up to 12 eggs per week showed no adverse cardiovascular effects in people with or at risk for type 2 diabetes. Eggs contain choline, supports liver function, lutein and zeaxanthin may help protect vision, vitamin D, B12, and about 6 grams of complete protein with minimal blood sugar impact. Poaching is an excellent cooking method, no added fat and lower temperatures than frying. All right, let's eat. Breakfast on day 5. 2 poached eggs on sautéed spinach with 1/2 avocado and cherry tomatoes. The poached eggs are strategically important today because of the dawn phenomenon. When you wake up with elevated blood sugar from hormonal surges, your body may benefit from protein, not carbs, to help counteract it. 2 poached eggs deliver about 13 grams of protein with 0 carbohydrates, potentially triggering an insulin response that helps address morning glucose elevation. The sautéed spinach provides magnesium, and the avocado contributes oleic acid. This is a breakfast thoughtfully designed for morning blood sugar management. Cooking tip: perfect poached eggs, gentle simmer, not a rolling boil. Add a splash of vinegar, create a slow whirlpool, drop the egg into the center. Cook exactly 3.5 minutes for a runny yolk. The avocado should be ripe but firm. Season with flaky salt and black pepper at the very end. When you sit down to eat this, practice the protein-first approach. Eating protein before carbs may help trigger GLP-1 release and create a buffer that slows carbohydrate absorption. Research suggests this could reduce your post-breakfast spike by a meaningful amount. If you're new to eating this way, don't stress about being perfect. Focus on making this one meal as described. One meal at a time, one day at a time. Every single meal has been designed with intention. Follow it and trust the process. Before we get to lunch, let me tell you about today's exercise. It's specifically chosen to complement the science we just discussed. Today's exercise: fasted morning walk. Best time: immediately upon waking, before breakfast, 15 to 20 minutes. Before you eat anything, put on your shoes and walk briskly for 15 to 20 minutes. Then, within 30 minutes of finishing your walk, eat your protein-rich breakfast. This combination, movement plus protein, may be one of the more effective natural strategies to help address the dawn phenomenon. The science behind this: a 2019 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology suggested that fasted morning exercise helped muscles pull glucose from the blood and was associated with a reduction in the dawn effect. Combined with a protein-rich breakfast, participants saw morning readings drop by an average of 18 milligrams per deciliter within 1 week, though individual results varied. Remember, exercise for people managing blood sugar isn't just about burning calories. It's about creating glucose disposal pathways. When you move, your muscles can absorb glucose from your blood through processes that may not fully require insulin. Always check with your doctor before starting a new exercise routine, especially if you're on insulin or medications that can cause low blood sugar. Now let's talk lunch. Day 5. Tuna salad lettuce wraps with diced celery, onion, and mustard dressing. Tuna salad lettuce wraps eliminate the bread entirely, which is strategic today since we're addressing the dawn phenomenon. Keeping carbs moderate during the day may help prevent compounding glucose elevations. The tuna provides omega-3 DHA, and using lettuce as the wrap saves 25-30 grams of carbohydrate without sacrificing satisfaction. Practical tip: eat slowly. Research suggests that fast eaters may have significantly higher diabetes risk than slow eaters. Chewing thoroughly may help release satiety hormones and give your brain time to register fullness. Aim for 20 minutes minimum per meal. Today's snack: cottage cheese, ½ cup, with cucumber slices. This isn't mindless snacking, it's strategic metabolic support. Time for mid-afternoon, 3 to 4 hours after lunch, to help prevent the blood sugar dip that may trigger poor dinner choices. By preempting that potential crash with protein and fat, you may reduce cravings before they start. Now dinner. Day 5. Herb-roasted chicken thighs with roasted Brussels sprouts and brown rice. 3rd cup. Herb-roasted chicken thighs may actually be a better choice than breast for some people. They contain more zinc, iron, and B vitamins. The slightly higher fat content may slow glucose absorption from accompanying carbohydrates. Brussels sprouts are cruciferous powerhouses, and the brown rice, just 1/3 cup, provides complex carbs with moderate glycemic index. Research suggests insulin sensitivity tends to decrease between morning and evening. The same meal that barely raises blood sugar at 8 a.m. may have a notably larger impact at 8 p.m. That's why dinner is moderate in carbs, rich in protein and non-starchy vegetables. Try to eat at least 3 hours before bed, and the post-dinner walk is highly recommended. Research suggests even 10 minutes may help reduce your post-dinner spike. Plates in the sink, shoes on, walk around the block. Today's nutritional breakdown: 1,490 calories total. Protein, 102 grams. Carbs, 98 grams. Fat, 70 grams. These macros are designed with type 2 diabetes management in mind. You should not feel hungry or deprived. If you do, add more vegetables and protein. Always consult your healthcare provider about the right caloric intake for your individual needs. If you're monitoring your blood sugar, and I encourage you to discuss a monitoring plan with your doctor, here are today's key testing moments. Fasting before breakfast, 2 hours after breakfast, and 2 hours after dinner. These 3 data points tell you how your body responded to today's meals. Write them down. Over 30 days, the patterns become incredibly informative. If you're on insulin or medications that can cause hypoglycemia, be especially attentive when changing your diet or exercise routine. Always have a fast-acting glucose source available. Your safety comes first. The dawn phenomenon can feel discouraging. Here's what I suggest. First, don't panic. It's hormonal, not a personal failing. Second, track your morning numbers for a week. You'll likely see a pattern. Third, the fasted morning walk is your most practical tool. Set your alarm 20 minutes earlier. Those 20 minutes of movement before breakfast may make a noticeable difference. Fourth, lead with protein at breakfast. Eggs, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie. If you do these things consistently for 7 days, you may see measurable improvement. Many people report that they do. A viewer asked, "My blood sugar is fine during the day but high in the morning. Should I bother with this plan?" Yes. The daytime numbers suggest your dietary management may be working well. The morning highs from the dawn phenomenon are hormonal and can be addressed with the strategies we discussed. But here's a deeper point. Normal glucose with high insulin is still a concern. The fasting insulin test I'll discuss on day 15 can reveal whether your body is working too hard to keep glucose in range. What to be mindful of today. Skipping breakfast. This may extend the dawn phenomenon and keep blood sugar elevated longer. High-carb breakfasts like cereal or toast alone first thing, they add carbs on top of already elevated glucose. Drinking orange juice in the morning. It can contribute to additional blood sugar elevation. Delaying breakfast significantly past 9 a.m. if you tend to experience the dawn phenomenon. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Follow this plan most of the time, and you may see meaningful results. Every healthy choice is a deposit in your metabolic bank account, and those deposits can compound over time. Here's something to try tomorrow morning. Set your alarm 20 minutes earlier. Before you eat, walk for 15 minutes. Then eat your protein-first breakfast within 30 minutes. If you monitor your blood sugar, compare your reading on the day you do this versus a day you don't. Drop your observations in the comments. Today we addressed one of the most frustrating experiences in diabetes, waking up to high blood sugar despite doing everything right the night before. The dawn phenomenon is hormonal, not dietary. It may affect up to 75% of people with type 2 diabetes. The strategy? Fasted morning movement before eating, followed by a protein-rich breakfast within about 1 hour of waking. Together, these may help reduce morning readings. Research suggests by 15 to 25 milligrams per deciliter within a week for some people. Don't blame yourself for your morning numbers. Understand the biology, apply the strategy, and observe how your body responds. That wraps day 5. We went deep into dawn phenomenon, cortisol awakening response, and strategic breakfast timing, the research, why it matters for blood sugar, and how every meal today is designed around this science. Remember, everything I shared today is educational. Your body is unique. What works for one person may not work identically for another. Always partner with your healthcare provider when making changes to your diet, exercise, or supplement routine, especially if you're on medication. Day 6 is Mediterranean Day, and I'm going to share the results of the single largest dietary intervention study in nutrition history. The Predimed trial followed 7,447 people for 5 years and produced results so significant that the study was stopped early. You need to hear these numbers. If this helped you, if you learned something new, hit like. It's free, takes 1 second, and helps the algorithm show this to other people who may benefit. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single day. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments. I read every single one. Remember, every meal is a choice. Every choice sends a signal to your body. You are not powerless against this condition. You are informed by research, equipped with a plan, and supported by a community. I'll see you tomorrow on day 6. Until then, eat well, move well, live well. This channel provides educational content based on published research, but it is not medical advice. Every person's body is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. If you are on insulin, metformin, sulfonylureas, blood thinners, or any other medication, do not change your diet or exercise routine without talking to your healthcare provider first. Food can be a powerful support for your health, but it does not replace prescribed medication. Always work with your doctor.